Hello everybody, this is Jade Plays Games. Welcome to another countdown of everything that's going to be happening with Ark Survival Evolved in 2018. I'm going to be giving you 8 different projects, items, things they're doing to revamp Ark or add to the Ark Survival Evolved world. So come with me as we talk about and I'll show you everything they're going to be working on. Any questions you've got about what the future of Ark Survival Evolved holds, I'm going to be giving you the answers for 2018 as it currently stands. Of course, everything can change. They've frequently added other stuff at the last minute and they've frequently delayed or cancelled stuff at the last minute. But these are the things you should be looking out for Ark in 2018. So it might seem a bit of a less obvious one, but they've still got a lot of work to do on Aberration. It had a bunch of problems, glitches, bugs and issues affecting the gameplay across all platforms. PC has mostly been stabilised now, but after 6 updates on console, it definitely still needs more work. Currently the biggest problem is the flash fruit grenades. If you throw a bunch of them at a bunch of dinosaurs, spoilers, you may crash the server. It's a massive problem that has been gone unchecked over the Christmas period. Hopefully they'll be fixing that and adding a bunch more. Aberration is a good piece of DLC. It's still littered with lots of bugs and I will maintain it was rushed through. It definitely needs some more TLC and love for the next few weeks to really get it up to speed so it's reliable and it actually works for the benefits of the people that are actually playing it. After that, hopefully at some point before the end of January, we may see the ported version of the final Ragnarok update. Ragnarok got its final update on PC, and when I say final, I mean in terms of content. The devs and the mods are still going to be working on making sure it runs well, and there's obviously any bugs or problems fixed with it, but the actual fully fledged map is complete now on PC. It is going to take a few weeks to port it over to Xbox and PS4. It is underway at the moment. Expect that at some point towards the end of January. It's going to be really cool and interesting for people that don't have Aberration to get something like Ragnarok fully completed with all the brand new desert biomes and some of the other stuff that's gone into it. Originally the devs did say they wanted to add their own sort of Ascension style ending, maybe work on some of the boss aspects. I don't think they've managed to do that. That still may happen in the future, but for now this is the final content ending version of Ragnarok coming to console hopefully by the end of January. We've got spoilers incoming right now, so if you don't want to know about the ending of Ark Survival Evolved, if you've not managed to complete it yet, where have you been? The game's been out months, then look away now. So we're not actually here to talk about the ending of Ark Survival Evolved, we're actually here to talk about the ending of Scorched Earth. The developers did say multiple times throughout last year they are working on a brand new cutscene for Scorched Earth to keep it in line with the ending of the normal base game and of course Aberration's brand new trailer at the end of the game. They're also working on other stuff. It's not just an ending for Scorched Earth, they are adding more content at last. If you don't know, the developers promised they would actually support Scorched Earth in the future with more content. So far that hasn't happened. They have definitely kept it up to date, they've definitely kept it as bug free and they've worked on lots of glitches involved in the game, but they still have yet to add any content to the actual game. So it's really important that they start thinking about this. That content comes in the shape of something maybe not as spectacular as you thought. It's going to be the tech Wyvern saddles. These were revealed in the dev kit a while ago and developers have said they are coming. It's going to be something that obviously is rewarded to you when you defeat the Manticore, the final boss at the end of Scorched Earth, alongside that brand new cutscene ending. It may not matter to some since Scorched Earth is pretty old now, but that didn't stop the ending of Ark Survival Evolved being really hype and really good, so it'd be really nice to see an ending for this piece of DLC so that we have 3 endings for the base game and the 2 bits of DLC before the new DLC comes out in the summer 2018. So when can we actually expect to see this? I actually think they've probably been working on it for a while now. I think we're going to maybe see this at some point in February or March. Possibly before the TLC pass that's going to be happening for the rest of the game. As soon as we get any more information about exactly when it's going to drop, I'll be the first person to let you know. Alongside the Scorched Earth content incoming, we are expecting a Dino Pass TLC. It's basically going to be revamping a lot of the older dinosaurs that when Wildcard and Ark Survival Evolved started out, they didn't have as much experience, and so the models for these creatures and the way they behave isn't as good as some of the later dinosaurs. They've stated numerous times they're working on it, and it is something that's probably going to be on their priority list right now until maybe March. I don't expect to see the Dino Pass come until at least February or March, maybe even a little bit later. It doesn't just consist of reskinning some of the older dinosaurs like the T-Rex, like Gigantopithecus or Pithecus or the big massive gorilla ape or the actual wolf. It's included brand new animations. It's also going to be how they behave and what abilities they might have. If you notice that obviously some of the brand newer dinosaurs that were added later on in the game have much better advanced, you know, AI, and they also have a lot more special abilities or special things about them, whereas the older creatures are just a little bit unloved and a little bit lesser. There's obviously also going to be a lot of other things that I think they'll be focusing on all of the dinosaurs. Alongside that TLC pass is going to be the Kibble Rewrite. If you don't know, the devs are working on a brand new kibble system. Whether or not that just means they're going to be swapping out certain kibbles for certain dinosaurs, they'll be adding stuff that you need to add to the kibble to really make it, or maybe they'll be making it even easier. Maybe it's a case of just having an egg and no other roots or no other items. We simply don't know what the Kibble Rewrite really is, but to me it looks like it's going to be just a case of swapping over some to make it easier or harder to actually get 100% tames on some of your dinosaurs. It does explain a little bit why Aberration has problems with kibble at the moment. You'll notice that some of the actual creatures you can't get the kibble for them properly, not on the Aberration map itself. This will be the reason why. They didn't put enough thought into it or have enough time to implement it because they knew they were working on the Kibble Rewrite. So expect that to be fixed as well at some point when they do this Kibble Rewrite alongside the Dino TLC pass. Alongside the base game improvements, they of course are working on DLC improvements and mods. Sponsored mods, particularly with the Primitive Plus, are going to be getting some love. I told you guys a little while ago that said the creator of Primitive Plus is finally back on duty and actually working on Primitive Plus, and it's much needed. While it's a little bit more stable than it used to be, there is so much content I know he hasn't had a chance to add yet because he got nicked to go and actually do the base game. He actually had to work on the main game for many months, and that's why actually he couldn't do any work on the Primitive Plus update. I know he's really passionate about it. I know he'd really like to get it finished and done, so hoping he's going to be putting out some serious overtime now with his muscle juice and his Red Bull, getting brand new updates coming to obviously PC and then ported to Xbox One and the PS4. It is probably the saddest story of Ark Survival Evolved that Primitive Plus didn't receive enough love. Even when they released it at the same time as DLC, so it lost a lot of interest then, but the reason probably was the devs knew it wasn't just in a very good state, it was very much an early access kind of mod. So expect some good things coming in between now and maybe March and April. Hopefully get an update and hopefully that'll be transferred to Xbox and PS4 very quickly as well. There's so much more to the mods than just building pieces or taking away some of the advanced weapons. There's like roleplay mechanics to it as well, with roles and specialist features for certain ways that you play it. So I'm really looking forward to Primitive Plus getting some love in 2018. On top of Primitive Plus getting some love, the sponsored mod program is still in full effect. However, it has undergone lots of changes. Lots of mods have been taken off of it in the last couple months. I'm going to be doing that in a separate video, giving you some reasons why some of their mods were removed and what current mods are currently under the sponsored mod program. If you don't know, the sponsored mod program is the only way you're going to see mods come to Xbox One or PS4. You're never going to see it fully branched out and open. There's only been one tiny hint from Jeremy saying that they may open some client-side mods so that you could do it all off of servers, but that is going to be a long time in effect, and I don't think it's going to be something they're actually actively working on. So the best we have got is these sponsored mods. They are good, but lots of them need lots of work, and it's a case of porting them over, not just a case of making them for PC, but if they're going to make them a sponsored official mod, they are going to be releasing them on Xbox One and the PS4 as well. So currently, out of them sponsored mods, there's no real contenders that I could really see are going to be definitely coming to console. While we'd like them all to come, particularly the Echo mods, I think that's the most popular, don't expect them for any time soon. We may just get maybe one, maybe two between now and maybe June and July of 2018. Now that may seem really slow progress, but obviously, like I said, they have to port these mods over and they have to be able to fit and work with the rest of the base game. The game is no longer in early access. They can't get away with releasing something like Primitive Plus in the state it was. It does have to work a lot better. Even Ragnarok was just about forgiven because it was released before the full game came out. I would expect that anything that's released now to be thoroughly tested, working comparatively to all the rest of the items in the game. The nature of mods are that they obviously are made by amateurs or people that don't necessarily work for the company but are just like a hobby, so you do expect some bugs, some issues, but not game breaking bugs. That's up to Wildcard to make sure they're ported correctly and they work efficiently on all systems. Personally, I can't wait for Echo mods to come to console, and hopefully, maybe, possibly, Castles, Keeps and Forts. That would be absolutely epic if we had that on the actual Xbox and PS4. So on top of all them old mods we've known about for a while, we've got the brand new Ark Futurism revealed just before December and kind of given a bit of a bum deal. Just like Primitive Plus, they've actually announced this at the same time as brand new DLC, so it probably hasn't had any interest shown in it as yet. I'm going to be giving you guys a showcase of it very soon, letting you guys know what it's like. It looks like it would go very well with the next brand new DLC, as it looks like it's going to be more futuristic than anything we've seen before. So what about Structures Plus? That's one of the sponsored mods, and as you should know, they are implementing it into the main game. But it's not going to be a mod. They're working with the creator to get certain features of Structures Plus implemented into the base game. That doesn't mean every single aspect of Structures Plus. It means ones that will work efficiently, aren't going to cause any problems, particularly on official servers and PvP. Structures Plus is one of the most downloaded mods on PC, so of course we hopefully will be getting most of it on Xbox and PS4, but there are certain things you're just not going to get. I'm not going to see any of the herding features from it, the farmers, etc. I don't think any of that's going to be added to it, but simple things like stackable foundations possibly, and other mechanics could be coming, but again, it's all about how they actually fit in with the main game. Structures Plus is made by Ryan's son. He keeps himself to himself. I don't think he even has a decent Twitter account or a page you could go visit. He's very, very private. So it's not like we can see loads of information coming. And of course, because he's working with Wildcard now, we're probably not going to get any information until the actual implementation is there. So when can we expect it? I'm predicting we're not going to see Structures Plus implemented until some point before May, maybe even June. I think they've got too many things running between now and then. But you never know, we might see it implemented at the same time as Dino TLC, but they'd only just really discussed it in Christmas time when they made the announcement. Even though they'd said a couple months before they were talking about it, they only finalised it in December. They're still working on the final features and maybe how it's going to be implemented. So work has only really just begun on getting it ported over or implemented into the main game, and again of course it has to go through the certification process and be ported over to Xbox One and the PS4. It does need to happen though. Lots of other games have better building mechanics. Conan Exiles is a far superior building system, so I'm really hoping they take lessons from it. And of course, if they just implement Structures Plus, the core features from it, that is going to improve the building in Ark tenfold. I know so many people that would be creative, and I would definitely be looking into doing some more world tours again if we've got some brand new features like Structures Plus added to the main game. Another spoiler alert coming now for the final thing they're going to be working on for Ark Survival Evolved. In my eyes, I can't really see anything else happening too much before the life of the game really comes to its close, before they maybe start working or thinking about implementing Ark Survival Evolved 2. It is of course the third piece of DLC. Don't look now, I'm going to be showing you the ending of Aberration, and why? Because it leads directly into the third DLC, which is meant to be scheduled for spring. I'm predicting and calling it right now, it won't be coming out until summer 2018. With all the delays Aberration had and the history of Wildcard just never getting anything out on time, I really struggle to see this coming out in spring. They've got far too much going on with the TLC Dino Pass, doing stuff like Kibble Rewrites, as well as all the other things they've got going on. I really can't see this being done. And it is going to be the final DLC for this game, so I can't see them doing like a Season 2 pass or anything like that. It is going to be the last bit of DLC. In the future, we may see Ark Survival Evolved 2, that is definitely on the cards obviously, but there probably will be a bit of a gap and there will be more development time added to that. They're not going to be able to put it in early access, it has to probably come out as a fully fledged game in the future. This is the life of a YouTuber. Unfortunately, I have not been able to do this legit. I had to go and cheat this in because I want to show you guys the trailer for it, because it ends with Earth. It is going to be the final DLC. It is called Ark Extinction. It is the last bit of DLC that's coming. You are going to be on Earth. We're going to find out, discover what happened, what caused us all to go to the Arks in the sky or the space, or why we're protecting Earth. All the answers will be revealed at some point in summer when the DLC comes out. I'm Jade Plays Games. Thanks a lot for watching these 8 things that are coming to Ark Survival Evolved. Remember to hit like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you ratbags very soon.